Dear guests, participants, colleagues and students, my name is Karin Kuimet and I do a little presentation which I present a study we did together with Eneken Titov. And the aim of our study was this. I think that you also know that nowadays speaks a lot about workforce and different generations in workplaces. And practitioners and academicians have raised many questions concerning the generation's ability to cooperate or concerning the management tools. And the aim of our study was to find out the values of small business leaders in Estonia and from the generations model according to collected data. We based on the theory of Manfred Getzter Ries, its management theory, which well describes modern and postmodern approaches in management. You can see here the main part of that theory, but especially I want to turn your attention to the information part. In this theory, information must transfer where it's needed, and it must create the knowledge. Here you can see the positive model of change, and from which we focused in our study. And we focused on the third part, which are the managerial values, leading organizations to positive outcomes. What are the values? As shortly say, the values are implemented principles. They are defined by certain indicators. Values are as standards and guiding principles. Values as abstract concept related to beliefs, attitude, needs, motivation, and desired goals. Values remain relatively stable over time. Values exist in hierarchy, and values influence people's choices. Values reveal in behavior. Here are categories which show the most important aspects of modern and postmodern management. And we didn't add the sources of modern values because there are more than 100 authors, and the slides are not the best way to present all those names. Here you can see the postmodern values and the authors based on. And as you see, management philosophy includes sustainability, effectiveness, humanism, democracy. Management tools are empowerment, trust, clear conversation, and there are a lot of alternatives. Work organization is informal, vague, dynamic, flexible, and includes teamwork and collaboration. Attitude toward change means that the leaders are ready to change and take risks. And expectations for employees are their independence, autonomy, imagination, creativity, openness, justice, and self-control. And postmodern attitude toward external environment means that they are oriented to client, are innovative in technology, and have social responsibility. Motivational tools are intrinsic rewards, meaningful and challenging job, And organizational and human resource development includes constant development, continuous improvement, shared knowledge, and the use of human potential. We did the pilot study. It means that we interviewed leaders of small enterprises because based on the theory which we used, the leaders in small enterprises takes more credit and has more impact. We divided them to two groups based on generations. One group was born before 1980. We called them as modern managers because we thought that they got their education before postmodernism reached to Estonian management studies. And our group in our group were these people who born after 1980s because probably they got their education according to postmodern values. And we used unstructured interviews to find out the manager's values. Interviews have been carried out in face-to-face format, and we have been trying to get managers to share stories about their management practice. The collected stories have been analyzed using expert triangulation, and managers' values have been found out. The resulting values and descriptive data allow to form the generations model. And as a result, it can't be claimed that in cases with older leaders, only modern values dominated. In analyzed cases, leaders who were born before 1980s, both modern and postmodern values occurred, except in one matter where modern values dominated. In all analyzed cases, in the older generation of leaders, the power of manager came up as a management tool, and which in theory ranks with modern values. And older managers also value the readiness to change, which is a postmodern value. In cases described by younger managers where modern values didn't came up, in the level of management philosophy, the humanism was clear basis of all cases. The younger managers seem to value employees' potential and try to find possibilities to turn this potential into action. And the younger managers are ready to change also. Change is everyday tool, and change management skills are highly valued. And in conclusion, our pilot clearly detected that managerial values are connected to managers' generation. It is possible to use such methodology to indicate managers' values. And values of managers' generations are partly overlapped. Some values seem to be general and are not connected to generations, but according to their field or specialization, maybe management. And results help to lighten and prevent the possible generation conflicts at workplace and form the organization culture. Thank you.
Thank you. Your questions, please.
I have such kind of questions that, you said that these differences between these manager generations are because of their education, that they got a different education. But maybe these differences are just by age.
Yes, we hadn't enough time to explain how we did this generation. Education is one part of it. Yes, of course, we have different experiences and also, yes, but
Why you
yeah.
that education has some influence at all?
No, I didn't say that education is only one, but two differences between these generations. Maybe PowerPoint is not very good because, yes, you can't explain which is more important. And yes, maybe it seemed that it was only one reason, but here are more.
I have read that actually the best teams consist of different generations, each generation contributing something different.
Yes.
Actually, now, do you agree or not?
Yes, I agree that it's good because my field is human resource management, and I feel it in my practice that it's good when in your team there are different people and also people from different generations.
Mm-hmm. Do managers change with age? I mean, when at the beginning they have these postmodernistic views, and maybe when they turn 60, 40, I don't know, maybe those views change and they become modernist managers.
It's my opinion. People may change, but values, they are quite constable. Okay. I think so. Mm-hmm.
Any
Thanks. I think it's a really interesting piece of work. I just wanted to check whether I'd understood what you said. So are you saying that, for example, people's openness to change is dependent upon their age? Is that what you were saying?
Yes. In our study, it came out that openness to change it's both was in both group. Postmodern leaders also and modern leaders also think that changes are necessary. Yes.
Okay, I think it's a really interesting piece of work. I'd like to know more about it. And just a comment, not on the work. I've worked with young people who are not open to change at all, and older people who are very open to change. So I think that question of the relation to age is very interesting.
And it maybe also occurred of our sample, because we in our sample were young and edukad, successful leaders. Yeah, maybe sample wasn't so good, but we want to use this methodology again, and when I can give better answers.
Thank you for your most enjoyable presentation.
Thank you.